You're sitting at a red light on a Tuesday morning, gripping the pristine leather steering wheel of a car you bought exactly 6 months ago. It has the new car smell, the massive touchscreen, the panoramic sunroof. You look at the car next to you, a 10-year-old sedan, and you feel a fleeting sense of pride. But then your phone buzzes in the cup holder. It's an alert from your bank. Your $750 auto loan payment has just been auto-drafted. You make a good income, maybe even 6 figures, and yet you feel a quiet, twisting knot in your stomach because by the time the month ends, there is barely enough left to actually invest. You are participating in a system that makes you look wealthy while mathematically guaranteeing that you never actually become wealthy. My name is Jeffrey, and I spend way too much time thinking about the $40,000 car trap keeping 80% of the middle class broke. If you're someone who feels like you are making great money but still feels structurally trapped living paycheck to paycheck, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's what most people don't realize about building wealth in the modern economy. Everyone tells you that the ultimate wealth killer is buying a house you can't afford, or maybe racking up credit cards on lavish vacations. Honestly, most people are just flat out wrong about this. The single most destructive financial decision you are making right now is sitting in your driveway. The modern auto loan is the ultimate silent wealth killer, specifically engineered to drain the middle class. Let's look at how the machinery actually works. Historically, a standard car loan was maybe 36 to 48 months, but the auto industry hit a ceiling. Cars got more expensive and wages stagnated. So instead of lowering prices, the financial system simply changed the math of time. They introduced 72-month and now 84-month loans. Now, I need to be completely transparent with you. The specific market data on the rise of 72 to 84-month auto loans and the exact average interest rates I'm about to use are drawn from external economic trends outside my usual historical source files, and you should independently verify them. But understanding this modern loan structure is essential because it acts as a lifestyle tax that does not announce itself. It operates inside decisions that are individually justifiable, because looking at a monthly payment makes a $40,000 car feel affordable. But every income increase that gets converted into a new spending floor before it can reach a market that will compound it is a slow, structural drain on your wealth. Let me walk you through the exact napkin math, because the arithmetic is terrifying. Let's say you buy a $40,000 car on a 72-month loan at a 7% interest rate. You are paying over $9,000 just in interest to a bank. But that is not the real cost. The real cost is the compounding you permanently sacrificed. Let's look at Marcus and Dre, two guys who grew up on the same block and started their careers at similar incomes. When Marcus got a meaningful raise at 28, he did not upgrade his car. He drove a reliable used vehicle with no urgent reason to change it. Dre, on the other hand, faced a car repair, had a thin emergency fund, and took a hardship withdrawal, a decision that permanently altered his trajectory. If you take that $600 to $750 a month you were spending on a massive auto loan and instead invest it, the numbers are staggering. Just $50 a month invested at 25 makes more retirement wealth than $200 a month starting at 45 because of the silent, invisible growth of compounding. The true cost of your $40,000 car is not $49,000 with interest. It is the hundreds of thousands of dollars in compounding retirement wealth you permanently set on fire to have a better stereo system. Now, you might be thinking, but Jeffrey, what about safety? What about needing reliable transportation to get to my job? Well, this is where it gets really interesting, because you absolutely need reliable transportation, but the financial industry has deliberately conflated reliable with brand new and heavily financed. You see, there is an invisible script running in your head. I want you to hold one image for the entire length of this video, because it is the most accurate mental model for what is happening to your savings right now.
Your financial life is a bucket, and you are pouring money into it steadily across your working years. The money goes in, but there are holes in the bottom. Small holes, quiet holes. You sign a 72-month car loan, and that is a massive hole in the bottom of your bucket. The water level never rises the way the math says it should. You work harder, earn more, pour faster, and the bucket still never seems full. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. This happens largely because of an evolutionary adaptation called the endowment effect. Once you own that new car, your brain assigns it significantly more value than what it could be exchanged for. Downsizing to a sensible used car literally registers in your ancient neural architecture as a loss. The scarcity alarm is functioning perfectly in the wrong context, tricking you into fiercely protecting a depreciating liability as if it were a life-saving asset. So how do we patch the bucket and survive the $40,000 car trap? First, you have to radically audit your baseline transportation costs this week. If you have negative equity in a vehicle you can barely afford, you need to seriously consider the mathematical reality of selling it, covering the gap, and buying a reliable used car in cash. Look at Carol, a retiree who successfully navigated her golden years with a solid portfolio. Part of her secret was that she drove the same Honda for 11 years. Second, you must aggressively redirect any freed-up cash flow into a compounding vehicle. Log into your 401k portal today and activate automatic contribution escalation. Set it to increase your contribution rate by 1% per year automatically. Here's the thing. A 1% reduction in take-home pay is almost completely invisible to your lifestyle within about 3 weeks of the change. That is the redirect mechanism that closes the hole before the lifestyle tax opens it. Third, you need to write a pre-commitment spending agreement with yourself. Before your next raise, decide in writing what specific conditions would ever justify upgrading your vehicle. You have to remove the decision from your hands in the moments when your human instinct wants to buy comfort, because human beings consistently make their worst financial decisions right after hitting major milestones. You need a navigation system installed before you hit escape velocity. Look, it's not just about the money. It's about understanding the exact mechanics of a system designed to extract value from you before you ever have a chance to reach financial escape velocity. Every time you extend a loan term just to make the monthly payment look affordable, you are burning fuel every month, needing income from a job just to keep your financial life airborne. The system wants you to remain comfortably dependent, but once you see the architecture of the trap, it loses its power over you. Stop upgrading your spending floor, drive the old Honda, patch the holes in your bucket, get out of the way, and let the rocket fly.